Well, hello there. Yes, I am just gonna totally pop on and pretend like I haven't been gone for quite some time. And we're just going to pick up, right? So, in any case, I have been doing some serious purging and organizing again, right? After we recently moved, and even though we've been settled into our new location for some months now I'm at the place where it's just like, okay, let's kind of just get down to like the nitty gritty with certain things, right? And I noticed that in our office area, as I'm sorting through the things, I have my own pile of mess that I have to go through and things that I have to figure out. But it's been so interesting because I have spent the last 2 hours more focused on my husband's things that he has to sort through, right? In terms of, okay, where are we gonna put the crayon, the markers? Where are we gonna put the highlighters? And why does he still have this person's business card? Just kind of going through all of this stuff. And it's so interesting because every single time that I have walked into the office to get a new pile of things to put in the kitchen for me to sort through, I ignore my mess, my half, and I'm just like bringing his stuff. And like, again, silently kind of like, questioning why he's still holding on to certain things. And it just hit me. And the Lord is like, oh, dear Anika. And if you've been with me for a while, the Lord always gets me with these just simple, just revelations. Thank you, Hannah. Just these simple revelations just in the mundane. And he's like, how about you focus on your pile? Because if we're honest, I have a lot more things that I have to sort through. And because I have them in like different containers, I think in a way I'm just like, well, I'm a little bit more organized. I have it a little bit more together. But I still have to go through it. I still have a lot of stuff that I have to go through. And he's like, how about you take the beam out of your eye first? Before you try to take the speck out of your brother's eyes, right? And I was just so blown away. And I was so tickled because isn't that how we are? How sometimes we want to be focused on other people's issues, the things that they have to, work out, the things that they have to sort through. And sometimes even inwardly kind of like judging them, all the while we're just stepping over our issues, the piles of things that God is like, how about you deal with this, right? Instead of you being judgmental towards others. Now, this is not to say that we don't come alongside our brothers and sisters and we help them, but being sure that first and foremost, handle your business first and don't be a hypocrite. Take the beam out of your own eye, deal with your issues, sit and sort through what you need to sort through with the Lord, right? And then from there, okay, yes, Lord, then you can equip me to then go and help others sort through their things. And there is something, I think there is a humility and a grace that comes when we really sit with our pile of stuff with the Lord, if you will, and allow him to sift through certain things that and that's an ongoing process, right? That's not like, okay, once and for all, I'm done. But I think that when we really sit with the Lord and allow him to just do what he needs to do in our hearts, we can then go and help our brothers and sisters with such a spirit of humility because we remember that it was just, 30 minutes ago, or, just this morning in my devotional time that I sat with the Lord and he showed me what I needed to work through. And because of that, it helps us to be more gracious, right, towards others and not as critical. So many lessons wrapped up into just this process of me, going through, and I so-called myself trying to help. And I think sometimes if we're not careful, we can do more damage to people than help them when we're trying to help them sort through their things. And we come with almost like a critical, judgmental kind of spirit, right? Because as I was going through some of his stuff, there were certain things I was like, oh, we just throw this away. And then it was like, no, let me be respectful. So I took pictures of different things, sending it to him. And I'm like, hey, do you want me to throw this away? Do you want me to toss this out? And there were certain things that I didn't realize, like, oh my goodness, no, I totally should not throw that out, after he explained to me what it was. And it was certain things that were beneficial for me as well, right? In our household. So again, so many things that the Lord showed me in just this one little example. So yeah, let's first take the beam out of our eyes before we try to take the speck out of our brother's eye. Let's sit with the Lord, allow him to do what he needs to do within us, so that we can then go and be gracious and sit with our brothers and sisters as they're sorting through their own thing. But we do so with such a spirit of grace and just humility, because we know ourselves, right? That God has also worked on us. And then finally, if we don't allow the Lord to do what he needs to do in us and allow him to sift through our own hearts, sometimes we may have hearts to help others, but because we haven't handled our mess, we can create more issues, right? For that brother or sister, or be more of a harm than help when we so call ourselves trying to help them to sort through things, right? Because we are all tangled up ourselves and we got our own pile that we need to deal with. And again, this is an ongoing process. So I'm not in any way saying that we have to be perfect to come to that place of being able to help each other. But I think the key is just submitting to the process over and over and over again. So yeah, just wanted to jump on, take a little break, and just share that with you all. Anyway, you all be blessed.